everywhere. And Easter Sunday, same thing. I can't sing. Can't do it. That's all right, I guess. Sometimes I feel like I should try to control it, but I can't. It's just there. And it could be a part of the struggle of trying to speak it loud, too, when I first preached. Lability, remember that? If somebody asks, what's up? Lability. It has a name. Right? It can be diagnosed, yeah. Part of one of the things I've received from this book. I can lift it a little bit, but my arm, if it goes above here, it hurts like mad in the shoulder. And they've done tests, there's nothing broken, nothing wrong up here, and they said it's just nerve damage from the stroke. So most mornings when I'm getting out of bed, one of the first things I do, somebody helps me by holding my left arm and help me get up. That just makes me want to scream. Sometimes I do, and then they let go, and then I'm back where I was. So I've lost that. My left leg now, recently I've been walking a little bit and using my left leg. I stand all the way to my right leg and as much on the hip as I can, and I can kind of swing my left leg forward and get a little bit of height so it looks like I'm taking a step rather than that I'm dragging it along. And that's a big deal for me to look, my left leg's moving. It almost looks like a step. And I'm supposed to get a brace. Maybe this week it'll be from my foot to my hip. It's supposed to help. That'll have, it can bend at the knee as much as possible to help with that walking. I hope that it will. Yeah, I did walked up a few stairs for the first time on Friday. Yeah. And I've been getting electrode treatments on my leg and the first time on my shoulder now too. They make a difference. They're a real interesting thing. I asked them if they were going to put bolts in my neck or anything. Reanimating dead tissue and all, you know. And I think that's made a difference tonight. What's that?
You see Igor, look out.
Yeah. I see somebody, yeah. What? Yeah.
Walk this way.
Yeah. No, this way. William was looking at me like, Dad, I'm running away. You're walking a lot faster than me already, so. I've been very fortunate that while the stroke did affect my left side, for the most part, it left my brain intact, except for the memories I've been able to read from the start, and I can write about as well as I did before, which is not saying that's a pretty low bar.
Yeah, the first time I had him sign his signature, and I think there was a nurse standing there, she goes, I said, yeah. It's just like it did before.
You have to work on your texting, though. I got a text from you last night.
Oh, yes. I realized that afterwards. I said, oh, I just answered a text that she didn't send.
You called me like that, too.
That's fine.
I've sent a few texts like that.
He almost canceled his lunch yesterday because he thought something else was coming and he read an old text. Luckily, I didn't get the text, so I brought his lunch. That's all right.
Another thing that the stroke did take away, at least initially, was I lost about 30 pounds. And part of that was the diet that I was on, which was every meal was pretty much mashed potatoes and some kind of gravy and pureed food all the time.
Well, those first 3 weeks, you didn't really eat that.
I didn't know what the pureed food was to find out what I was eating that day. I'd look at the list of the menu above and then try to compare it to or match it with the colored puddle that was on the plate. Yeah, it's not good.
And we feed our babies.
Yeah, no wonder they do this a lot. They see us eat the real stuff. No wonder the babies are going, what are you doing? Yeah, so I've been eating real food for quite a while, and not all of that, but quite a bit of the 30 pounds has come back. Although I found out this morning I lost another 3 and got weight. Yeah, it's back. And Initially, I lost some of my hair because when they took me in ICU, they shaved part of my head to drill a hole and to do a surgery on my head. I guess really pressure and stuff.
Huh.
So I've been, yeah.
Maybe I've had one and not known it.
I broached the idea a few times with Troy. She didn't seem well, but I thought sometime, I don't know, like this, shaving my whole head. I don't know if I have a head that's made for that. Taylor's ready for it. Almost great about it. She said, I'll do it. Okay.
Oh, she's going to
Yeah,
shave her head?
yeah. Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen. I just want to see what will come back. Will it come back white or curly or what?
Well, it didn't.
Let's come back as regular. And I did find out, Josh, I took a couple of pictures while I was in ICU. I saw those for the first time a couple of weeks ago and saw what I looked like. No wonder my family was a little uncertain about what I was going to be like. Kind of freaky looking character. And I want to come down here too. As he goes out. And I thought of, and I knew that a lot of people were praying for me. And here are some of the cards and letters and well wishes I got from folks. Quite a few of them. Sunday school here, and I have a banner in my room and have there that hangs right behind my head that I look at often, and another piece of art. And so I got from Sunday school here and also from the Sunday school kids in Albany and from a lot of people. And said they were praying for it. Made me think of how often we may say that, and that how many times I've thought about that. Maybe it's almost a throwaway line, you know. And in the book that we did not too long ago in adult class on prayer, he talked about, the author of it talked about how he didn't know what that really meant when he said, I'll pray for you. If that had, he talked with some people he was working with in Africa. And he said, what can I do for you? They said, pray for us. He goes, no, what can I do for you? He realized this has been a good lesson for me about what it means. To know that people are praying for you. Good stuff. So please don't stop. It also made me think of, also from Philippians, the other side of things where Paul writes, rejoice in the Lord always. Again, I will say rejoice. Let your gentleness be known in everywhere. The Lord is near. Do not worry about anything, but in everything by prayer and supplication, with thanksgiving. Let your request be made known to God. The peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. Finally, beloved, whatever is true, whatever is honorable, whatever is just, whatever is pure, whatever is pleasing, whatever is commendable. If there is any excellence, if there is anything worthy of praise, think about these things. Keep on doing the things that you have learned and received and heard and seen in me, and the God of peace will be with you. Excellent stuff all there. So, I've looked at all those cards and letters at least twice, because what they mean to me, and what the very idea that people care enough to send them. Oh, and I took note of who didn't send anything. So, like I said, I looked at it twice, and I'm guessing I will probably look at them all again. Just good stuff. Vulnerability includes being snarky to people too. I had that before, but I don't have an excuse for it. I couldn't help but say that, you know, a little bit.
Did they identify attitude then?
Eventually back in the clubhouse.
And so therapy continues, physical therapy, occupational therapy, and speech therapy, all go a few times a week. Where I go from here, one of the ideas is that I go to a place, a rehab place called Rio. When I tell people, what, you're going to Rio? What? Yeah. So it's a much more intensive therapy program. But I have to pass some testing to go there because they do a lot more therapy-wise. It's a 4-week program. I don't know if I would get to go there sometime soon. The idea is that after 4 weeks there, I should be able to come home, which would be excellent. When I'm going to be able to be back here on a regular basis, I don't know. Considering what it takes to get here in the morning and the transfer, before I could come the first time, Joyce and I had to pass a test that we could do a transfer from this to a car. It took a while to do that. Before that, I couldn't go anywhere. I still am not really allowed to go home. I've gone home, but yeah, I don't have an overnight pass yet.
That has to do with insurance.
I'd like to sleep in my own bed sometime. Does anybody have any questions, some more stuff today? Again, they said I wanted us to be in that same place as far as where I am, the amount of knowledge that we have. I don't know that I've imparted much to you. A lot of it remains to be seen as far as what's going to happen yet. Yes.
I would just like to make a comment that your church family too, in correlation to what you gained and what you lost through the Philippians here, we lost our pastor and we lost someone that has brought great blessings through sermons and stuff to us, but yet now we are gaining because we can see you back. And it's really good for us.
That's a lot. Being able to be here.
I'll tell you, it really changed the notion of resurrection when to see you on Easter Sunday.
I'm going to tell you what my kids thought I should do last Sunday. I was in my wheelchair to put my robe on and have it over me, and Annie was just going to push me in. And Josh asked, can we have doves? So that was their idea. It just parted the robe and doves would have flown out.
He is risen.
We're going to have to show. We didn't do that.
Randy,
Yes.
since you've become very acquainted with some of the residents and the staff at Athens, and they know you're a pastor, can you sense a difference in, I mean, you've come a long ways, and farther than what some people were giving God credit that he could do for you. And do you feel like that it's the presence there and your improvement and the amount of people who come, and I mean they knew who you were after we sang and knew before we sang, but it seems to me like there's just a little bit of difference in.
Well, a few people, it's interesting, a few people, a couple of days in particular, have asked me to pray together with their families. And that brings a whole new meaning. When they ask me to do that, I have a whole new picture of what they're asking me to do. And I've, to this point, told each one of them I've done that. And so I said, I want you to know that when you asked me to do that, it meant something. So congregations are praying for me too. I did see my brothers, I guess, about 10 days after I was out of ICU.
Yeah, in the middle of February.
And they were, I think, pretty surprised to see their little brother, because I had that drooping face. My one brother who's a pastor brought his communion kit along, and we shared communion together. was pretty powerful. Oh, William. Yeah. Yeah, he's here.
And how close do you change that?
Yeah.
The baby came like, what, 2 days later?
So it's still, I mean, there's a long ways to go. And a lot has, so. But I was thinking about last night, the person that walked through those doors on the 19th of January is never coming back. He's gone.
The guy who came through today should be cool too.
Good. I hope they keep coming back. Hopefully sometime walk through there.
I'm
Keep working
new.
at it.
I'm new. I mean, it was probably 3 weeks that I've been going, maybe a month, when you had your stroke. And so I really didn't get to know you as Pastor Ed, the one that left after the stroke.
Right.
You're awesome.
Thanks.
I enjoy you.
Thank you. Thanks for your visits too.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
As far as getting the word out, I know it's difficult at best to try to share stuff so that it's at least somewhat factual rather than, I heard. So that was indeed part of what I was hoping to do today. Not what you heard, but what I know, and in some respects, it's not a whole lot. Well, I think that, I wish I could tell you more. Here's the plan.
I think it's special that you shared your dreams with us.
I'm still amazed at those. So if I start the story, no, it's probably that I realized as I started it that I was going to tell you a dream or something that was not really based in reality.
But
And
I think it was your reality at that time.
it was at that time. And something else that happened during the ICU time was a visitor that I was convinced I kept on saying to us. I don't know if you remember, anybody remember the movie Alien, the first one? There was one black guy, and his name was Yaphet Kotto. And for whatever reason, in ICU, I was convinced that Yaphet Kotto was present. And I kept on calling out his name, I guess. Yeah. And one day, I don't know if you guys were around, or a black man walked past, and I just saw him, that was Yaphet Kotto. Why I settled on him. Here's the subconscious, yeah. I know Amy and Josh like to beat that up. Damn. That's we chill much.